Hi, this is Andrew aka DREWSCAPE, and today I want to show you this special illustration technique. So around 2010, I was invited together with a bunch of other Southeast Asian comic artists to take part in this comic anthology, and it was going to be published by Image Comics, which is a pretty big name for me. At that time, I would say I was still pretty much a newbie at drawing comics. I was still learning how to put together short stories and how to make them cohesive and communicate a message. And I was also trying to figure out how to do dialogue, how to make them sound natural. So I was learning with every new comic I was working on. At that time, it was common to see a lot of comic styles done completely digital. So I wanted to go to the other extreme, where I wanted to try a style that was pretty much natural media as much as possible. I wanted to really do something fresh, more to impress myself, so that when I looked through the comic, I would be amazed and felt like, wow, this is what I really want to see in a comic. But I realized that my skill in natural media wasn't very high. I didn't have much confidence that I could do an entire comic entirely in natural media. And natural media is harder to edit than digital media, or that's how I thought about it. So what could I do? So this is the comic style that I ended up with. This is a sci-fi story. Basically, it's about a mysterious girl wearing a helmet who goes down into the depth of this futuristic city, and she's looking for somebody called Tomorrow. And when she finds him, we find out that he has the power to grant wishes and special powers to certain people, but for a price. This story has a more of a dark sci-fi theme that I wanted to try out. I was quite happy with how the art style turned out. So how do you think I did this style? Did I use watercolor or gouache or digital? Any guesses? So this style is actually a combination of digital and natural techniques. So basically I cheated a little. So this is how the artwork looks like before I did the digital part of it. So basically I was drawing on brown paper. I was using ballpoint pen for the line tool, and I was using black ink to do the tones. I would dilute the black ink with water to get lighter tonal values. And for the whites, I think I used poster color or white gouache. Now, I didn't invent this technique. It's a technique that I learned from looking at works by James Jean, one of my illustration heroes at that time. And this is one of his art books. In this art book, he breaks down his process on how he does his fables covers. You could see that he would draw his artwork in natural media, and they would be more or less monotone. And then the final would look fully colored. And in the media description, he would say digital. But he didn't say how he did it digitally, so that's something I had to figure out. But from there, I figured it was possible to convert a monochromatic drawing into a fully colored drawing. So this is a demo of how I did it. First, I was deciding what to draw with a thumbnail, then the pencil sketch on brown paper. I was thinking this could be an extension of the story, where the characters are trying to escape from the underground city. There's a monster behind them, and behind them there's also a spaceship maybe trying to rescue them. Inking the comic with a simple ballpoint pen. Now I'm adding the darks and midtones with black ink. And for the lighter values, I'm diluting the ink. Trying to use my knowledge of contrast to make the important things stand out. Adding in the highlights to the picture. Today I'm using this instead of white gouache. And we're gonna scan it now. Now in Procreate, I've just flipped the picture to check for any distortion in the drawing. And I'm using Liquify to adjust the proportions of the face and the features. Increase the contrast using curves. I want the blacks to be pretty black. I've desaturated the picture a bit. I've created a new layer on top of my natural media drawing. I'm choosing an airbrush or spray tool. I set that new layer to overlay. And now whatever color I apply in that new layer will colorize all the dark and light midtones in my natural media drawing that is below it. With this, I can form pretty natural looking gradients across the midtones I've already created in my drawing. Anyways, this gives me a lot of flexibility to try out different colors in different parts of the drawing without fear of messing up the drawing. In this scene, I was trying to keep it simple by just using complementary colors. So for me, this technique makes doing a comic with natural media a lot less scary and a lot less stressful. It allows me to just focus on the line work and making the tonal values work. And for the colors, it's completely editable on a separate layer. Oh yeah, this is one additional thing you can do. You can darken certain sections of the drawing by creating a shape on a different layer and setting that layer to multiply. So if you find that you're not yet fully confident in doing a comic completely with natural media, you could try this half natural, half digital technique. It makes it a lot less scary, and it gives you a drawing that looks like it was completely done in natural media. Try it out! Hope you find this helpful, and thanks for watching.